wonderful castles of a life. Unfortunately, most of us are forgetting about that little thing over there. And what is that little thing?
Foundation.
The foundation. We worry about the grandeur, not realizing that life doesn't work this way. Life is not working through leaps and bounds, but actually works through small, awkward steps. And we realize that the vastness of the universe is found in the simplest of ideas. Right? Which leads us, as people who know what we should be doing but don't do it, to the following statistics. Stress-related conditions account for 60 to 90% of all doctor visits in the United States. 1 out of every 5 auto accidents are because of drowsiness. Which to me is very scary, because that's about 1 million crashes a year. And when you think about that, that means that 2 out of every 10 drivers that you're driving next to is likely drowsy. So it's not just yourself that you need to worry about. You need to worry about the other people. So defensive driving becomes much more important. Less than 5% of adults are participating in 30 minutes of physical activity per day. That's just bad. A fun little fact, 14% of adults in the United States own a gym membership, but only 5% work out.
Every day.
At least 30 minutes. But it's not just working out, it's being active. Walking, swimming, hiking, doesn't matter. Just be active.
Get out of the chair.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's one. Yeah. Reports project that by 2030, half of the adults in the United States will be obese. It's bad, right? So why aren't we doing something about it?
We're lazy.
One of the reasons. Yeah. So why does Seamless work? Or why does it work for my clients? Because it doesn't focus on just one thing. It focuses on 4 very specific things, such as the physical reason for why you are not doing what you're doing. It focuses on the psychological reason. It focuses on the environmental reasons, and I'll give examples for these later. And energetic reasons. Okay. Nothing can be a holistic system unless you look at all of the elements that are comprising our life. Give you a case study. One of my clients. I call it Sleepless in Chicago. All of my case studies are related to particular movies. Okay. So we have a woman, very smart, highly educated, very successful, works a ton, has a couple of kids, has a husband, so all is seemingly perfect. She came to me because she could not get enough sleep. So we started looking into this. So we said, could it be a physical issue? Do you have any ailments that are just not allowing you to sleep well? Do you have a back issue? Do you have shoulder issues? Do you have neck issues? Do you have breathing issues? No, all things are good. She's a healthy person. She works out when she can. Okay. So it wasn't physical. We went through environmental. Do you have a husband that snores? Is it really cold in your room? Is your room dark enough? Right? There are so many reasons that are environmental that may not allow her to get enough sleep. No. She's heard of most of those, and she was taking care of them. So it was not physical. It was not environmental. We looked at psychological, and we found that this particular woman, because she spent so much time at work, she comes home, has her chores, she has her family. By the time all of that is done, instead of going back to sleep, instead of going to sleep at 10 o'clock at night, she sits on Facebook for an hour and a half, because that is the time when she can do what she wants to do, which is catch up with her friends, feel like she's doing something for herself. So, we started thinking about how to integrate things that she actually cares about into her life so she doesn't have to spend an hour and a half at the end of the day not sleeping and being on Facebook in this particular case. So she wanted to work out more consistently, and her work just wouldn't allow it because she would always be, stuck in traffic, or it would be an issue. And instead of going to a club in the suburbs where she would normally work out, we had her get a membership in a club that's next to her work. We also had her realize that she actually has a health club downstairs at her job. So it was better for her to leave the work, go directly to the health club, avoid the traffic, and come back home even faster. And when she couldn't work out at all, then in her office I taught her exercises that she could do to stay active. I have another practical tool, it's called Fitness Cubed. It's basically designed, it's 5 exercises that people can do at work that work the whole lot. They take 5 minutes, you can do it. It doesn't really build huge muscles for you, but it's going to keep you much more strong and fit. So we fixed that issue. We fixed the issue of her not having any time to read, because she would read Facebook and she would also read books, because she would never have enough time to read books. So instead of reading books, because we cannot change her schedule, what we did is we introduced audiobooks. When she was driving, she could hear audiobooks. So she was learning, and she was getting the information that she was looking for, but we built it into her schedule. We've made lots of these changes, and by the time she came home, she worked out, she learned, she spent enough time communicating with her friends during her work environment that she can go to sleep at 10 o'clock. So the person complaining of sleep didn't have any physical ailments, didn't have any environmental issues, it was all psychological. That's how seamless works. Looking at, looking at just one of these areas. The structure of the program.
But this improved her entire quality of her. In addition to this, it improved her whole quality of
The
life.
entire quality of life. And feeling better about herself.
Yes, intrinsically.
Which is what it's all about.
Yes.
And again, I can say that I've discovered something brand new that nobody's ever heard of. That's not the point. The point is to take things that we already know and implement them so we do them. So what is it? Seamless is a holistic system. And this is the part that I loved about the system. Every individual element is a solution factor for all of the others. You're stressed? Meditate. You want to get more sleep? Meditate. You want to drink more water? Exercise. You want to lose weight? Exercise and drink more water. All of these are helping every single one of the elements. Structured for those that need a structure, but completely flexible. With us telling you that you need to be active, I'm not telling you how to be active. I'm not telling you to go and exercise and this is your particular workout that you need to do at this particular time. You can decide with exercising